This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. Hi, I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. And during the next 2 hours, we're going to touch on various aspects of health that really impact each and every one of our lives. From talking with Robert Clancy today about poor attitude to male incontinence and erectile dysfunction. All that and much more during the next 2 hours here at Late Night Health. We invite you to join us at latenighthealth.com and check out our Twitter feed at latenighthealth.com. At Late Night Health. Late Night Health. I get confused, all this social media stuff. Well, we're going to go to one of my favorite people in the world right now, Dave Foreman. We had a chance to hang out few weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun. And we're going to spend some time with him. A little bit later on, Josh Lane will be joining us, and we'll talk about Josh and his radio show and what he does a little bit too, as we introduce Dave to our friend Josh. Okay, we're going to talk about Marie Antoinette. Well, kind of. She said, let them eat cake. And Dave is saying, let them eat carbs. I thought carbs were bad, Dave.
Oh, you set me up. I like it. You put it right on the tee, and it's not moving, so I should be able to hit this one.
Yes, you should. Out of the ballpark.
Yeah, so the way you said that actually fits. A recent survey of consumers found that 30% of the U.S. population doesn't understand carbs. And so I'm glad you actually painted it that way. And I think people don't realize that there's a lot of different forms of carbs in your everyday diet. Some are extremely healthy and helpful for you, and some are evil for your body. And so, like sugar,
it would be an evil one.
Sugar is the simplest form of a carb. There's nothing that really needs to go on with that. It gets absorbed, and your body can, make energy or fat out of it. It also uses it to make cholesterol. And then you've got a little bit more complex thing of like starchy foods, like breads and pasta and rice and potatoes. That would be a step up from sugar. And then you have, the carbs that are like fiber. And so, so they're found in fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and legumes. And those are actually, they're all carbs. And if you look at, if you talk to a dietitian, most dietitians will tell you, Mark, that a carb is a carb. I learned in pharmacy school that, a gram of carbohydrate equals 4 calories, a gram of protein equals 4 calories, and a gram of fat equals 9 calories. And what we being modern medicine has found out that not all carbs are the same. And even though they have the, quote, same calorie, count or whatever per gram, that a gram of romaine lettuce, carbohydrate from there is going to have so much less of an impact on you than a gram of sugar. So,
that makes sense to me. I'm curious about vegetables, though, and in general. Okay, aren't there a variety of different kinds? My wife loves baked potatoes. I think you like potatoes, Daryl, don't you?
Potatoes are our friend.
Yeah. See, I've never liked potatoes. Never had a friendly potato. I don't like purple ones, yellow ones, gold ones, white ones. I don't know why. I mean,
try a big pile of garlic mashed with some bacon and.
Okay, you got me.
Daryl, man, I like it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna dive in, man, you're just going all in. There's no tiptoeing around the edge. You're just all in, right?
But what I want to know is a simple baking potato, just baked, no extras on it, no sour cream, no bacon, no cheese. Is that a healthy thing, Dave? I tell my wife no, but
yeah, it's not really, to be honest with you. And I'm going to bang heads with all my friends that live in Idaho on that one. and I do have quite a few. It's nothing like, it's like I remember years ago I was a guest on a radio show in Texas, and I made some just joke about guns, and that was like 15, 20 years ago, and I remember them going, "We don't joke about guns in Texas." I'm like, okay, I get it. So you don't joke about not eating potatoes to people from Idaho.
Absolutely.
But now, here's the thing, man, on that, though. Like, the skin of the potato is the healthy part of the potato. And I'm not saying... No, I know where Daryl's mind is going based on
deep fried and cheese.
Yeah, right, yeah, and bacon and sour cream. And, yeah, I love that. But, no, the skin's where the mineral content is, so there's a lot of minerals in the skin of a potato. But most people are not eating that. They're eating the stuff inside the baked potato and not the outside. And my family, Mark, we were taught to eat the whole darn thing, man. Like, after you finished eating the inside, all honesty, we put a little butter on the inside, and you picked it up and you ate it like an appetizer or something. But
no, and absolutely. And butter, of course, is being revisited right now as being, if it's clean butter without additives and salt and other junk that they can put in butter, that butter may not be as bad as we once thought or we were once told.
No, that's exactly true. We're finding out that it doesn't have that negative effect, as a negative effect as we thought it did. I had a buddy of mine who's into this whole health thing, and he said to me, he's like, "You know what, Dave?" He goes, "I was thinking about it the other day." He said, when we sat down years ago and we had a bagel with butter or a bagel with cream cheese, he said, we thought that the unhealthy part of that breakfast was the butter or the cream cheese. And he goes, he's like, and he goes, now actually it's the butter and the cream cheese that are the healthy part of the bagel, and the bagel's that's a starch, and that's what breaks down into sugar. And so, yeah, it's kind of funny. He goes, people ought to just lick off the stuff on top of the bagel and throw the bagel away.
Yeah, exactly. And I put some smoked salmon on mine, so
yummy.
Yummy, right? And of course that's got to be not farm-raised salmon, wild caught. Our guest, the herbal pharmacist Dave Foreman. Dave is a semi-regular here at Late Night Health, and we enjoy talking to him and hanging out with him. He's going to come into the studio one day and co-host for the entire show. We hope very soon. We had planned to have it happen today. It just didn't quite get put together. Dave is based, by the way, in Florida. Florida, and they have no Ida potatoes there. Let's talk more about carbs. I was thinking about my favorite vegetable is probably asparagus. I love asparagus. There's carbs in there, but it's pretty fibrous, and there's a lot of nutrients, as I understand it, in something like asparagus, broccoli not being a favorite, but we hear a lot of good stuff about that. Brussels sprouts, I like Brussels sprouts when they're baked and not steamed. What about asparagus and these other vegetables? Do they have carbs, and are they good carbs?
Yeah, they are. They're actually, and it's interesting, and and by the way, just a real quick side note, as you know, Mark and Daryl, I have a website. I don't sell anything. It's an educational, informational thing. And I actually wrote 2 related articles to the topic of carbs that are blogs on my website. So if people want to actually sit down and read about it, my website's herbalpharmacist.com, but I have an article I wrote called Carbs 101. It's kind of like the beginner class in college on carbohydrates. But I'll give you an example. So you asked about carbs in asparagus, and in a half cup of asparagus, which is about 2.5 ounces, there's 1 gram of carbohydrate, and there's 1.5 grams of fiber, and only 13 calories. So that when we get into those, like you said, Brussels sprouts, and you said broccoli, and those types of things, they're high in fiber. Like you just said, the asparagus is kind of fibrous, broccoli is kind of fibrous, especially if you eat the stem part, which a lot of people throw away. That's actually one of the healthier spots on broccoli, just because of the stem. and the fiber content, of course, the leafy part is super high in minerals. But yeah, I mean, I feel like pretty much any vegetable, and I hate that potatoes get lumped into being a vegetable. I think it's the number one vegetable, quote unquote, that children eat in the United States by far.
Yeah, I agree, and that's got to lead to obesity because of the stuff that we stick on them, or the way they're prepared. I mean, deep frying a potato is not necessarily healthy. No,
right, exactly. So,
though yesterday I had deep fried uni, fresh Santa Barbara uni. I'd never had it that way. It was delicious. Our guest, Dave Foreman, the Herbal Pharmacist. Visit him at herbalpharmacist.com, herbalpharmacist.com. And if you didn't pick that up, you can always go to latenighthealth.com, see his pretty picture, as well as a link to his website. All right, Dave and I are going to continue along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Josh Lane will be joining us in about 20 minutes from now, and we've got lots to do today, so don't go away. More coming up as Late Night Health moves forward.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.